Okay, here. Alright, well, hey everybody. I know it's been a long time since I've done a live stream. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I got my laptop sitting here, and let me jump over to make sure that this thing is actually working. I know a bunch of you were wondering about if I got the truck fixed. I did. From the last video, the last live stream that I put out, I was stranded out there on Reserve Street. Okay, yeah, so the truck, I did get it fixed, got some help with that, and apparently what the problem was it's the, I don't know if it was the flywheel, but it was something that had to do, it might have been the flywheel, I can't remember what it was, but it was the primary wheel that the starter connects to, okay, and it had the center hubs that was connected to the larger cog broke. So it just kept spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Now I've got my laptop set up here so I can actually see your guys' comments. Let me try to move this over. And I'm going to mute the sound on that just in case. So hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. And I probably won't have anybody on the live stream with me. So yeah. Let me see if the text works here. TEST test. Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay, looks like it's working. So yeah. But was able to get the truck fixed. And in the it's kind of comical because once the truck broke down on me. Hey Spencer. Once the truck broke down on me, the next day I went to work, and the boss came pick me up, and I had to pull the truck alongside of the street and park it on a side street. But the next day when I went to work, called the boss and told him what was going on, and he brought me to these people's house, and I started painting. I was painting some trim around their house. Well, come about lunchtime, I sat there and I was chit-chatting with the people and talking to them, told them what my situation was. I was homeless, and I'm working and doing this kind of stuff and that kind of thing, and my truck broke down. Well, they turn around and they says, well, we have this car, if you want to use that. So they let me use their car, and it is a 1994 custom cruiser. And so I had been using that for months until I could get my truck fixed, and then bring, until I could get my truck fixed. So it took about 2 months for me to get my truck fixed. But roughly about every 2 weeks or so, I'd go in and I would pay on. I pay on the truck, so that way the mechanics knew that I would. Because one thing that they hate is when people bring their cars in and they drop them off and they say, oh yeah, well, I ain't got no money now, but I can make payments, and then they never come back for the vehicle. So after about 4 or 5 days after me dropping the truck off, I walked in there with about $200, and I slapped it down and let them gave it to them, and to show them that I was serious. So over time, I was able to pay off the car. I was able to pay off the truck, and it was about 14, about 15. Man, God, that was a while back. Yeah, it was about $1,500 to get it all fixed and everything. And I had talked to a few other people, and they were all like, oh, well, it shouldn't cost you. Older people said, oh, it might cost you $1,200. But after this COVID stuff, everything skyrocketed, at least up here in the West here. So everything's more expensive up here. So I was able to get that all fixed up and got the truck done. It took me about 2 months to get it. And Um, yeah, Eric. Yep, yep. It's just too damn expensive to find a place to live on your own. You just can't do it. And I don't have any psychological problems. I don't have any physical problems. So any program out there, I don't qualify for. So we're coming up on year number 3. I'm staying in a shelter. Is I'm getting kind of used to living like this. I don't really have any hope anymore to find a place to live. It's just too damn expensive. You get on Craigslist and you find these places that are like $1,200, you know, dollars a month, and on top of that, you got to live with like 4 other people. So you got to live like a bunch of damn sardines, and it's just this shit's just not. It's not. The economy is just getting more shitty and more shitty for people who are in a situation like I'm in. Many of these people have pretty much given up. Plus, most people out there are pretty much 1 or 2 paychecks away from being where I'm at now, anyway. So and it's just getting ridiculous. It's just getting horrible here. Um, and but yeah, still homeless. I was thinking about you yesterday, wondering how you were. Well, I'm just pretty much just trying to hang in there, and not really doing anything really. I mean, I'm still working and stuff like that. Sure, I still do that. But it's not. It's just enough to sustain me. That's all it is. And you can see how long my hair's getting. Can't even really go out and afford a haircut. So, at least not yet. And once winter hit last year, um, everything dropped for me. The boss didn't really want to go out. We did a few jobs, internal jobs. We went and put in a sink. We put in some countertops. Um, Last week I went and helped out, and I did we installed a ceiling fan in a bathroom. Um, Had to drill through the wall and all that kind of stuff, and it was an older house, so it was kind of a pain in the butt because all the rafters or all the supports for the upstairs all went the wrong way, so we couldn't just put the duct in the ceiling and then run. We just couldn't put the fan in the ceiling and then run a duct straight out the wall. So we had to go to the wall with the duct and then come down out of the wall, out of the ceiling, and then build a box for the hose, for the ducting hose. So we had to do a little bit of fabrication there. Um, so that's um, yeah, yeah, I know. Yep. Yeah, Spencer's stuff is sick expensive. Even with a job, it was hard to afford to live in my car. Yeah, yep. It's just getting worse. I mean, we're seeing so many new people out here. In the time period I've been out here, there's there's new people. There's a whole cycle of people, um, and some of the other videos where I was out at that camp. Okay, now that camp was kind of neat. I mean, they at first they let us do whatever we wanted to do, and so I ended up building up a building made out of pallets, and it had steel siding and everything. And then the city came in and says you can't do that. It's a semi-permanent structure, so you need to tear it down. I don't see how you can have a semi-permanent structure and then tear it down. I don't know, but it was pretty much a building that I built out of pallets, had steel siding, so it wasn't a fire hazard, and it was just a way to bitch because um, we know, because we live it, we know that it's just too damn expensive to get an apartment, and if you find something, you gotta live like sardines. You gotta have like 4 or 5 people living with you, and it's pathetic. Nobody should have to be living like that. So um, there's and the homeless community has gotten bigger. I mean, there's a lot more people in their cars sleeping in the Walmart parking lot. Um, there's just so much more going on up here. I mean, we're headed for another depression. We are. I mean, because it's just the cost of living is too damn high, and it shouldn't be so bad as it is. But so a lot of us are just, people getting mad, uh, and things are just. I'm talking about other people. I'm not talking about me, but because I'm different. But you know, you know, right now I have a place where I have all my stuff set up. Um, Not now, because right now I'm in a shelter. But um, once it starts getting warmer out, I'm going to start staying back at my own little camp area. I got it tucked away in the middle of town and away from people and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. You are living at your place anymore? I have been away for too long. Yeah, not there anymore. Not there anymore. Well, I don't know. I'm homeless now. Yeah, me and the missus got into a fight, and she invoked the state, and the state came in and pulled me out of the house, and now I'm homeless. I told the judge that, I can't, there's no place for me to go, and he just pretty much said, I don't care. Made me homeless. Yeah. The state made me homeless. She made me homeless. Everybody made me homeless. So, anyways, so they got, then, so now I'm down here at the shelter again. This is year number 3. And, and my boss might be retiring at the end of this year. So I don't know if, there's jobs that he'll send me out by myself, so it's not like, it's just handyman service. It's not really anything different than what I was doing at home, when I was back at the house, it's just, it's real simple, easy stuff to do, it's not like I was engineering anything like I was doing with the go-karts or anything like that, but, just real simple stuff, putting up gates, putting up fences, putting up decks, building decks, it's all that stuff, it's relatively simple. Um, So I don't know. I'd like to start my own business doing that, but the problem is trying to find other people who would help me out who'd be worth a shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's one of the things that my boss likes is he likes somebody who's, because he used to hire from the homeless community. He hired a lot from the homeless community, but things have just gotten so bad with with drugs and stuff like that he just doesn't want to hire anybody anymore. He doesn't, he's asked me to go out and try and finding somebody who would show up at the job site sober, and nobody is. So, I don't bring anybody with me to work, so I just go by myself. So, yeah, so he's done with that. So, I'm the only sober employee that he's got another guy that he helps that comes in and helps out too, but yeah, I'm like the only sober employee that he's got, and he lets me drive his truck. He lets me drive his car. I've got keys to his shop with all his tools, all that kind of. So he trusts me, So, um, yeah, but then there's times when he'll just send me out on jobs myself, dig a hole, lay some concrete, blah blah blah, So, it's not difficult stuff. It really is no different than living back at the house. Um, but yeah, it was really kind of neat when we were out there at that camp on some of those other live streams that you saw when I was out there at that camp. That was really neat. But it was the story behind that is that when we first all got out there, we were all told that we would do whatever we wanted to do in our allocated area. So a lot of us went out and started getting pallets. They allowed us to build a pallet floor, so you could put your tent on top of that and put whatever you wanted to on top, so you could be raised above the ground. So a lot of people, so then what people were doing is they were putting up fences using pallets, and then screwing or nailing those fences, those pallets to the floor pallets, so they have a little fence going around their tents, because the wind that would come through there would just rip the shit out of people's tents. Not to mention that it was also a good theft deterrent. People couldn't just walk by your tent and see like a propane bottle or whatever sitting outside, and pick it up and walk away with it. It was a good deterrent from people stealing your stuff. Well, and it was neat because a lot of people were building like little um, gardens out there, flowers. Some people were growing food. It was, and we're all doing it in our own little areas and stuff. But then the city comes in and tells the security guards to start tearing everybody's stuff down because there's too many pallets and there's too much material that could feed a fire. And logically speaking, if a fire ever started, we're not a bunch of dumbasses. It's not like we would walk away from it and go, golly gee, somebody needs to call the fire department. No, we were on that shit, and every once in a while somebody's tent would start on fire because they'd be in there, using or whatever, and they'd end up fucking torching, their tent would start on fire, but they get it out within seconds, Well, so the fire chief comes in there and they start telling the security guards start pulling down all these pallets, and they weren't going to let me keep my pallet building up. I mean, if I had pictures right now, you guys would be pretty damn what I built. I mean, it was 9 feet 4 inches tall, and the initial plan was to build it in a fashion where I could, on the very tip top of it, I could put a small little deck, and I could have about maybe 8 to 10 people up there, so we could be up on top of this thing with a railing and a deck and stuff like that, and just enjoying life, sitting up there and having a beer or whatever, It'd give us, a little relaxing spot to be up above everything. So I built the roof extremely strong, and I had cross bracing in there and everything. I mean, this thing was built tough. I invested about $800 into it. I had a church. A church donated some of the steel siding. Some of the other steel siding that I had came off of our roof at the house that got blown off. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was actually on my birthday of a few years back. And we had just gotten back from China buffet eating. And when we got out of the car, the wind was so bad. I mean, it just peeled the roof off of our deck like cards. Just ripped them right off. It was really bad. It was a really bad storm. It uprooted trees and all sorts of stuff around town. Anyway, so we had all that steel sitting off to the side. So I went and got that stuff when I built this building up. So, yeah, it was really neat. And then when the city came in and started, pulling everybody's places down and throwing all our pallets and everything, and all of our pallets and stuff ultimately turned into firewood for the 3 fire pits that we had out there. Then I went another route, and I built my place up and designed it the way you guys see it on some of my earlier videos, where I had the netting that went over it, and I went with the shipwreck look. See, the initial thing was, okay, the building that I had built with the steel sheeting, what I was going to do, and I had talked to a few other people around the camp too, and they wanted to do this too, was make your camp have a theme behind it. And what I was going to do is in essence, it was like a big cube. It was a big white cube. Now I was going to do either two things. The first thing was, since it was a big white cube, I was going to go and paint big circles on it so it would look like a giant chunk of a giant dice sitting out in the middle of this homeless camp, okay? So I was either going to do that, and I had decided that what I was going to do once I got all the building done and everything, was I was going to go get 3 55-gallon drums, paint them white, plasma cut out one side a quarter of the round, okay, so I've got a big notch that goes all the way down, and then take that and put that up into the corner of the building, and then take the other stack of 3 and put that in the other corner of the building, so the front of my building would look like a castle. So it would be a big white castle out there in the middle of of this homeless camp. And then the guy behind me, he was gonna, he had a big area. He was gonna design his place so it looked like a military bunker. We had another girl that was gonna design her place to look like it was a little a fairy house. And we had somebody else that was going to do like a hobbit type of thing. So it was really neat because we were all getting creative with everything, and people were taking old tree limbs and interweaving them and making arches and stuff like. It was really really cool out there until the city came out and started just pulling everybody's shit down. After that happened, everybody's morale just dropped there. People were pissed, people were mad, all the work they put into their place. And the next day, after they told everybody to tear their shit down, we had a bad windstorm that came through there and just ripped the shit out of everybody's tents. So now people had no protection against the wind, they had no protection against rain, and it was horrible, and people just got pissed off. After that, the whole place went to shit. After that, the whole place went to shit. People didn't care anymore. They were throwing their garbage right outside their tents. They were like, "Fuck this," Yeah, it got bad when you take away people's ability to live the way they want to live, and it got just stupid. I mean, it was. I got put in the newspaper like 3 times because I was bitching a lot. I still have those newspaper connections, and a few other people got put in the newspaper, and it was just a non-stop fucking, oh, you can't live this way, you can't be comfortable, and it's just like, so now the problem is that they're forcing a lot of the homeless not to live comfortable, but they have the cost of living to be so goddamn high that there's people actually moving out and choosing to stay in their cars because they can't afford shit. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. It's like these idiots don't understand the chain reaction effect of the choices that they're doing. Don't you see where this is going? Don't you see the pattern? If you do this and this to people, you're not giving them the venue or the avenue to do what they need to do. Me, I lucked out because I found a guy who has some property for right now, and maybe for the next 2 months, maybe I might still have this place. But I've lucked out to be able to put my stuff, the trailer, the car, that car that I was telling you guys about. Yeah, I ultimately bought that. So now I have my Ford Ranger and my 91 Ford Ranger, and I also have a 90, or no, it's my Ranger is a 91 Ford Ranger, and the car is a 94 Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser. I mean, this thing is a monster. This thing it's like a boat. It's bigger than my truck. I mean, it's got an extension. It's bigger than my truck, But it's a nice cruiser. It's good on gas, and it's kind of like my everyday drive. Where the truck, ultimately, once I can get all that crap out of the back of my truck, the truck is going to be for work. So, but the truck still needs some maintenance. I mean, I need a new power steering pump. I've got this horrible leak from my what is it? My valve gasket. My valve gasket is bad, and it drips oil onto the manifold of the engine. So smoke starts rolling out when my engine gets too hot. You start seeing the smoke come out of my engine. So I got to get that fixed. I mean, I shouldn't say that's an easy fix because I got to tear all this other stuff apart on the engine. But in the event that I have to do that, I've got another vehicle that I can use. See how that works? So, planning here, people, planning. And I've taken the whole trailer, bed trailer, and I've converted that into a bedroom. So I got my bed in there, and I've got some storage stuff in there. And I've also been able to acquire a pop-up camper, one of those kinds that pop up and then you pull the sides out for the beds. Okay, but that's only going to be used for storage. I just put stuff in there and store it because I have to prop the thing up with 2x4s. I have to prop up the roof with 2x4s because the jack doesn't work and the cables are all broke. So, and I looked into trying to reweave all that crap through there. Man, that's not something I want to do. So yeah, I'll just pull the thing up and stick 2x4s in the top. They're only 4 foot 2x4s anyway. So yeah. Let's see what else. The motorcycle. Okay. Last summer I was driving the motorcycle around, the trail bike. I was driving that thing around and I wiped out on it. I hit a manhole cover and it caused me to start bouncing and I wiped out on it, took it down, and ended up breaking a bunch of welds in the thing. So that's sitting over there at my camp right now, and I gotta get everything out of the back of my truck to load that thing up into my truck and then take it over to a friend of mine's place, where I can actually use his welder and stuff. Because I've already asked Crystal if I can bring stuff back out there and refix everything, and she says no. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Stuff is sick expensive. Even with a job, it was hard to afford to live in my car. You should be homeless somewhere warm. Yeah, yeah, but I've got so much stuff back at the house. I mean, if I could leave, I probably would. It's just I'd like to get all my stuff out of the house, but I don't have anywhere to put it. I've got my welder. I've got all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't know. I've never done something. There's nobody in this world that's important enough to the point to where if you wrong them, then then they can destroy your life. Nobody's that important, and that's exactly what's happened to me. I've told so many people my story here, and they're all like, "Dude, you've been told wrong. You've been fucked over so goddamn bad." Yeah. And the state participates in it. The state says it's okay. Everybody thinks it's all okay. I would show you guys some stuff that's going on right now, but because we're technically not supposed to be doing live streams. We're not supposed to be using cameras and stuff in the shelter because some people get all freaked out about it. So that's why I'm not putting anybody on camera. So that's why. And yeah, I mean they'll walk by and stuff like that, but yeah, I can't. I just shouldn't be like showing people off and stuff like that like I used to. That was pretty fun, but yeah. Dude, I am so shocked at this. I have been scoring through your live streams. Yeah, yeah. Apparently, they're all running with the idea that I was a bad dad. Yeah, I was an abusive father, an abusive partner. I mean, actually, no, no. It has to be okay for you to move on. Trust me, I was there 3 years ago, right along with you. Yeah, Bob. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it's not like I can't. I really can't get myself out of the situation by myself. I can't do it. I need help. I'm not afraid to say I need somebody to help me. I'm just not going to turn to a government agency to ask to help. Plus, on top of that, I don't even qualify for anything. I don't qualify. I don't have any mental issues, no physical issues. I'm not a vet. I have none of that stuff. I'm just the normal, outstanding, you know, guy out here who's just keeps getting dicked over by the system. You're a great builder. Listen, yeah. What's stopping you from advancing? Money. Money. Yep. Money or having somebody. See, because when me and Crystal first met, back in the day, when we first met, we were a really good team. I took care of all the stuff that she couldn't take care of when she was working. Yeah. I'm one of those. I'm since I can't go out and get a regular job and work underneath throw my social security number into the system. Since I don't do that, I'm the thing in somebody's life that adds quality to the lifestyle. I kept the house clean, kept everything working and operating. If we needed something, I could call her and she'd stop at the gas station or she'd stop at Walmart or whatever, or stop wherever to get it. If not, then I'd meet her someplace and we'd load it up on my truck and we'd bring it into the house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was that thing that she didn't have to worry about anything bad happening at the house. I didn't invite questionable people over to the house, and weren't getting high, all that kind of shit. We aren't asked to be born, yet we are obligated to earn a living. Well, yeah, I mean, we're not really, yeah, but I mean, if you don't go out and do something, then you just kind of gets boring. I mean, that's the way that's what I think about it. I mean, you don't have to go out and earn money. You can get stuff done through credit. I mean, I can't tell you how many things I've acquired on the streets here with no money, because people are getting rid of stuff and they want to give it off to somebody who's going to take care of this shit and not just throw it. You do not cast pearls amongst swine. So you got to find, if you have something of quality and you want somebody to take care of it, and you want to give it off to somebody who's homeless and you want them to take care of it, then that's why I get a lot of stuff. I get a lot of blankets. I got a lot of pillows. I've got some clothing. I get food. A lot of the stuff that people give me is stuff that is higher quality stuff. So I've got a lot of stuff. And then there's times when I will find somebody who's going to take care of it, and then I give it off to them. It could be a blanket, it could be a cot, it could be some type of cooking utensil or cooking apparatus or something like that. Let's see, what is costing the most? There must be some remedy for private shelter. Well, the thing is that because okay, the last the ACS camp that I was at, okay, they shut that down because there was just so many problems going on. And yeah, I contributed to that problem because I made a lot of shit public. I've actually thought about maybe submitting something off to the city council, and if they were to have some property or something like that for me, if I were to ever be in control of it. See, money is one thing, but trust is everything. So if you're allocated, $450,000 to start a camp and maintain that camp, then what's more important is to prove that you're worth a shit and not just think about the dollar signs. All right, you're gonna have access to a bunch of money and you can just go out and splurge it. No. I've actually really thought about it, and I would be thinking that I would, if there was allocated property, I would get the property or find the property or become in control of it and have the people brought into the camp, and who those people are would be up to me. I'd have the final word. I'd be the final buffer, and what my word goes. This person is allowed on the property, this person is not. Because I saw how that person lived out there at that camp, and they're slobs. And I don't want that crazy, I don't want that crap going on in my camp, okay? Another thing that I would also do is try to get some vehicles, get a few people who have their licenses, and then get those people out, and what we would randomly do as a thank you to the city, is we would randomly go out and we would, like if there's weeds growing up in a certain area of town, we'd go down and we'd mow it. Or if something, just do cosmetic work around the city. I get paid for it, maybe a little bit of payment, because that helps. So that way people can go out and they can get the food that they want, et cetera, et cetera. Somehow figure out a way that we could generate money, make money for the city or for the county, because I know going to the city council meetings and stuff, because I did do that. I went to some of the city council meetings. You have to understand that these people, the city council, they are trustees that have been elected. They're also trustees of the funds. And one of the things that they need to do is they need to make sure that these funds don't go off to contractors who are going to just unjustly enrich themselves. So they have to watch out for this kind of stuff. Not somebody's turn around and go out and fix a fence and turn around and charge $150,000. You see what I'm saying? That's just bull. So they need to find somebody who's going to operate a system with some type of dignity and some type of honor and show a benefit. And in some of those city council meetings, and just seeing the pattern. A lot of these nonprofit organizations around here just kind of help everybody, especially when it comes down to the homeless. They just help everybody. They just want to help everybody. But I'm not, like I said, I don't like to cast pearls amongst swine. So what I would be doing is I would specifically choose people. And one of the worst things to do is to keep dumping money into people and they have nothing to fucking show for it. And a lot of these nonprofits do just that. They come out here and they help the homeless community out, and then see, I would be operating things differently. I would start a YouTube channel. I'd let everybody know who's at the camp. I'd be like, all right, listen, you guys are going to be pretty damn famous. We're going to be doing YouTube. We're going to be doing YouTube videos. We're going to be showing people how you guys build your stuff up. We're going to be showing how you guys do this, how you guys do that. We're going to be entered to everybody so everybody knows who the hell you are. So you're going to be public figures. None of this, move into some camp and I'm just going to pop a squat and not ever contribute anything to society. That's why we're going to be going out. We're going to be trimming hedges. That's why we're going to be going out and weed whacking along city property and stuff. Doing cosmetic work around the city. Stuff that the city doesn't have to turn around and hire an entire crew of people and go out and pay a bunch of people to go out and do this stuff, because we would be doing it. We'd be keeping track of what we do. We'd submit the information, submit the labor, submit the amount of stuff that we do, and then send it off to the Treasury's office or whatever so they can keep track, stuff like that. In essence, you could probably call it a work camp, but not really. Not really. You got to be contributing something, I've talked to a few people, and some people really like that idea. Take some of these homeless people. And then another thing that I would also do, since we have the university here, I would be approaching the university and I'd talk to them and I would ask them if there's a possibility where they could send some of their people, one of their professors from their accounting classes, come down here to our camp and start teaching some of our people accounting, money management, investments. What a CD is in a bank. How do you invest into a bank? How do you create a better life for yourself through investments? How do you create bonds? How do you create sureties? What's a future? Teaching these people how to build their lives up and not just be stagnant in society. How's the Ranger doing? Well, the Ranger's doing okay. Like I said, it has a few issues, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like pillars of the community or the public works people. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some nonprofits in town here that do a pretty well thing, but what I've noticed is that the um, some of the private stuff seems to be a little bit more effective than the full-blown public stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're receiving private funding from, like one of the biggest guys here is oh god, I can't think of what his name is right now, but Missoula does have a lot of people who do contribute to nonprofits. But if I were to ever start a nonprofit, see when you donate money to a nonprofit, most people just donate money to a nonprofit because they want the tax incentive. They don't really know where their money is really going. Oh, they're told this and they're told that, but they really don't see where their money is really going. So ultimately, they find another nonprofit someplace else. But now, if I were doing something, everything would be so damn public. I'd have a YouTube channel. We'd have a Facebook. We'd have a Facebook page. We'd be building stuff that would ultimately be really dang cool and useful. We might even, if I had a camp, we might even start up some simple manufacturing thing or something. You got the people who are already living there. Why not do it? That's why the property would have to be very specific. It'd have to be specialized. It'd have to be an industrial property someplace because we wouldn't be just sitting on our asses all goddamn day. We'd be doing stuff. We'd be building stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and if somebody were to donate, if some wealthier person were to donate $20,000, then they could go over to YouTube, go to our channel, and actually see what we've done with the money that they allocated off to us. They'd actually see it actually happen. We go down to Walmart or we go someplace and buy it. You know what I'm saying? Buy whatever we need to buy, and they see what we're getting. So people actually see when they donate, they see what the money goes towards, and it's just not being thrown into other people's pockets. You know what I'm saying? People want to know what their money is being used for. And that's one of the reasons why when I ask for donations and stuff, I let people know what the money's going towards. Back in the day when I did the other live streams, when I needed a torque converter, or I needed this, or I needed that, yeah, some people would come in and they donate, and within a week or so, I'd have that torque converter sitting right there. I showed people that I was going to spend the money on that, So, people want to see that. People want to see that their efforts that they're giving off to somebody is proving to be a benefit. I want to see it. If I turned around and I wanted to see somebody go down to the gas station, somebody comes up and asks me, oh yeah, I need some money for cigarettes and I want to get some coffee. I might give them $10 and they go down and get some cigarettes and a coffee. I want to see that when they get back here. Not take 5 of it and go buy a beer and then the rest of it go to the casino. Bullshit. No. You go do what you said you were going to do. You need a sugar mama. Yep, I need a sugar mama. That's right, Yes, I need a sugar mama. Believe me, man, I have been trying so hard. Oh, I've been trying so hard to find somebody new. And they all just miserably fail. Every single one of them. Put my trust into them and expect them to perform a certain way, and they just fail every single time. I like being able to come home, get off of work, and have somebody to come home to, or come to the shelter to, come back to my camp or go to her camp or whatever. It makes life so much more fulfilling when you have somebody else to live for. If you're living for yourself, it's just, I need somebody. Well, yeah, you got to live for yourself, and you got to watch out for number one, and number one is me. In my life, number one is me. But it doesn't mean that everybody else is. You treat other people, you treat everybody else bad. You just don't do that. You know, it's just that you have to look out for yourself. Because if I can't pull my own weight and do my own thing and have my own resources, then if something bad happens with her, she'll have something to fall back on. See what I'm saying? And in vice, and in like manner. You know, I mean, and that's where my problem came across in. Some of these girls I try to hook up with, you know, they don't want to get jobs, they don't want to do anything, they just want to sit on their ass all damn day. And you know, I come home from work and sit down with them, chit chat with them, have fun with them. We go out to eat, stuff like that. I'm paying for everything. I buy their cigarettes. You know, you need to go out and like fly a sign or do something, get yourself some type of money, do whatever. Go to a labor-ready place. You're perfectly comfortable with throwing your Social Security. Your checks aren't going to get garnished. Mine will. So you know you can go out and you can get a job and you can supply your own money and have your own money. So that way it doesn't cost me anything to support you. You know, stuff like that. And you know, I can understand if they were, you know, if they were taking my clothes and taking them to the washing, you know, they were going to wash my clothes, or they were going to the food bank and getting food and bringing it back here, or bringing it to my camp and give me food. Contributing something in the relationship. Contributing something in a relationship. Then, that'd be fine. But when I go to work and I get off work and I come back to camp and you've done nothing all damn day long, you haven't even walked down, you want me to child support. I'm guessing, yeah, Brian, yeah, yep, child support is, yep. That's why I have to work in the private all the time. Either that or start my own business. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah, I sued child support back in 19 too. I don't know if you were around for that one, but yeah. Yeah, I went after them federal court. I don't know if you guys were around for that, but yeah, back in 2019, I sued child support in federal court. Went after them under Title 42, 1983, deprivation of rights under colorable law, statutory law, statutes, titles, codes, colorable law. That's what that is. Colorable law. It's not actual law. Because the only people who can actually make a law is a sovereign nation. The United States isn't a sovereign nation anymore. To have a sovereign nation, you have to have money, you have to have people, and you have to have land. And since back in 1933, when they took away the gold standard, the money of exchange, and turned it into a money of account, which is now Federal Reserve notes, which isn't backed by shit. And the only trust it has is that somebody's going to accept it. Somebody will accept it. There's nothing backing it up. The full faith and credit. Full faith and credit of the United States. That's what that means. So since we're now no longer a sovereign nation and we don't have legitimate money anymore, we have people and we have land. But we don't have money. We don't have it's an accounting principle. So since a sovereign nation, then that means that the sovereign nation cannot make laws anymore. So they convert everything over to a corporation. And the United States, which is the 10-mile square area over there in Washington, and they created the United States as a corporation, and then they get everybody to participate in that corporation under your Social Security number through a process of novation, and induce everybody into participating with it. So there's no such thing as any laws anymore unless we're operating we're all operating in their democratic system. All the courts everywhere. The court case that destroyed my life, the court case, they're all Article 1. They're all Article 1 courts. Is what they are. They're not they're administrative courts, but they get the authority from Article 1, Section 8, Clause uh, like 9 or something like that. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, we don't have laws anymore. They're not laws. They're just statutes. And under that, under your social security number, you're classified as an employee under the. I'm gonna talk to you guys, but I've been studying this shit. I've been studying this shit for years. So yeah. Anyways, but we're powerless as people. Yeah, most of the time. You have to figure out how. You have to figure out how to work the system. But me, I figure out I figure out how to use the system because to get away from it. You know, to get away from it because it's so far this fucking system has done nothing beneficial for me. Absolutely nothing. These administrative agencies and all this crap. Yeah, nothing has ever shown me that it's a benefit. Not even my Social Security number. Not even Social Security Administration. IRS. Well, I don't know. IRS is pretty cool. I've looked at some of their. I've gone down here and gotten literature from them, and that's some of that stuff's really neat. Like tax evasion. I was reading one thing where they were talking where tax evasion is illegal, but tax avoidance is not. That's where trusts come into play. That's where you get property and use that as a tax shelter. Every single senator has one. House of Representatives. Every single one of these people have a tax shelter and property. They're not evading taxes. They're avoiding taxes. So far, everything I've dealt with the IRS is pretty helpful. That's another thing that since we switched over to this system, the New Deal is what it is. The new supreme law of the land is the Uniform Commercial Code and Title 26, the IRS. Those are the new supreme laws of the land now. Contract law, private law, public law, stuff like that. But I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, so yeah, we're all in. I mean, the whole nation's in bankruptcy. And you can't create laws when you're in receivership. You can create statutes, corporate company statutes, business statutes, titles, codes, all that kind of crap. You can do all that. Public policy, private policy, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Hey, Froglid, what's going on? Man, I haven't seen you in a while. So we still have to work. Modern day slavery, yeah. Yeah. Just because you know this is meaningless. Yeah. I think about what you're saying. I think about it every day. Yeah. But we are powerless as people, so being woke to that understanding is just as damaging as being enslaved by it. Kind of could, but you see, the difference is, I mean, we're always a slave to something. If we're not a slave to other people, we're a slave to time. We're a slave to money. We're a slave. There's always something out there. There's always some other outside force that's always controlling our lives. Now, to get that outside force to steer your life into a more benefit, more happy, more relaxing life, great. You know. No creator ever breathed life into people so that way they could just sit on their ass all day long. Even a flower puts out scent. Even a flower puts out beauty. It's just one of those things in this that the creators of the balanced universe has done. Everything has a reason. It's just for us humans, we can choose our own reason. It's a for a long time, I used to think, yeah, you know, it's like you're a slave to the system. You have to do this, but you see, you have to go out and get a real good paying job to have that nice house, to have all those toys. Well, that's if that's what you want. You see, if you're not happy with what you have, then you're not going to be happy with more. It comes down to the way you view life, view your life, view outlook things. Yes, I am happy in this shelter because it's warm in here. I'm not sleeping outside. I'm not freezing my ass off. I've got a comfortable bed. Okay. The only thing is that it's a dignity thing. You know, it's a status thing. You know, people sit there and say that, you know, being homeless. There's a dogma about the homeless. I mean, there's people here who have jobs too. There's people who go out and have their own businesses, but they're still here because it's just too damn expensive to find a place that you're not living like a bunch of sardines in some apartment complex. I mean, there's apartment complexes going up all over the damn place in this town, and I tell you, it's gonna be completely fucking pointless because none of these people want to go in those apartments. None of them. They don't want to go in and live in an apartment because then suddenly you've got yourself and you probably have somebody else living with you. People just don't want to live that way. Nobody wants to live the rest of their life in a fucking apartment complex. They want a home, a house, even if it's a tiny house. You know, something small. But as long as you can create your own little garden, you can have a little awning where you invite people over. It doesn't have to be some huge ass goddamn complex. You don't need a big old house. You don't need a big old garage. You have a small garage. Shit, I built a Batmobile in that gimpy ass little garage on that video. You know, you don't need to have. People are chasing after bigger is better, and you know. The desire for privacy. Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but there are. I disagree. I am in a truck and it's cold, but I good. Yeah, I like the conversations, uh, and I'm seeing. I'd rather an apartment over a shelter. Yeah, that is one thing. Yeah, you don't get any privacy being in here. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. Yeah, you don't get any privacy being here. I mean, they don't let us. If we have a girlfriend, they won't let us sleep next to her. They're afraid. You have to make sure that no sex goes on. You know, which does suck because I like sex. But you know, then you know, they don't have a problem with getting intimate with somebody, get rubbing their back, rubbing their back or whatever, give them a kiss or whatever. They're not worried about that. But sex, full blown sex, yeah, they frown on that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. Not to me, it doesn't happen to me, but other people around here. Um, yeah, you don't have that kind of privacy. But you see, in contract into anybody to have privacy. You shouldn't have to. You know, if you found a plot of land next door to, go right ahead, park a trailer out here. You know, that's cool. Because if you're here, then I don't have to worry about mowing it. You know? And instead, you can even sleep next to a girl. Oh no. Both houses on. You both homeless need a shit ton of work. You are in a place that has other adults telling you what you can and cannot do. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No matter how big your apartment or mansion, you're still king of your castle. You're still king of your castle. Who cares how big? Yeah, you're the only one with the keys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. That's something else, that's something I got to worry about out here. My stuff getting stolen. Yeah, that's something I did notice today when I went and checked on my camp. I don't know if you guys remember that big canister that I had that was made from Vietnam. They had the 19, that big round canister I had that you rotate off, you pull it off. Well, I had that canister at my camp with one, two, three propane bottles in it so that I could cook. The whole canister disappeared. In the time period of me being here and having my stuff there stored, somebody went into my camp and took that. Yeah. There's places outside of town here that people have suggested me to move, but it's too damn far, because all the best resources and convenient resources are here in town. Going out maybe half a mile outside of town is no big deal, but you know, where I'm at right now is really damn convenient because I'm right smack dab in the middle of town, and I can go anywhere within 15 minutes. It'd be great if I could stay where I'm at, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. So, all right, I gotta take a break here, guys. I'm gonna take the phone. I'm gonna put the phone down so you guys don't see anybody behind me, and I gotta run out and go to the bathroom quick. So I'll be back here in a few minutes. You'll probably hear all sorts of crazy going on, but yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. There we go. That's another problem when you don't have, when you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. You get up and you have to walk like 100 feet, like the length of a football field, just to go pee. And then, by the time you get back to your bed, you're fully awake, and that sucks. Because then you got to try falling all back asleep. My comments only come from love and concern. Yeah, that's all right, man. That's all right. That's all right. I know my family's pretty concerned about it. My family that's back in Iowa, they're really concerned. They they don't understand that it's not, you just don't go out and, you know, they don't quite understand that I don't qualify for anything. I just don't. You know, I'm not, I don't have kids. I'm not a chick. I don't have any problems. I don't have any mental problems. I don't have any physical problems. The only thing that's going to take me out of this homelessness is through somebody privately. Or I meet somebody and they're like, dude, you don't deserve to be there. You know, you need to get the hell out of there. You can come with me. You can stay out at my place. We've got 4 acres out here. You can pop a squat out here if you want, you know, because I don't make a mess. You know, I don't make a mess. I mean, and I don't, you know, they don't have to worry about me sneaking around their shit or anything like that. I'm way more honorable. I mean, you guys know my character. You just watch all those damn videos in all my years of shit that I've done on here. You know, everybody knows. Why is that your only option to your solution? Because I can't get public help. Public help, you have to have something wrong with you. There's no public funding out there for anybody who's just a stable-minded individual who, who's just trying to get someplace. You know. See, that's the difference between public funding and private funding. Public funding comes with stipulations. Private funding does not. That's why when you go and you apply for food stamps, they want to know how much money you make, what kind of house you have, how much your house is worth, what do you pay in insurance. They want to know all this information because it's public funding. They want to know, do you really need this or not? Yeah, but I have money. I have money and jobs, but they give results, right? So if you have no disability and more smart and creative, why no job? Because if I were to go out and work a regular job and throw my social security number in there, I would have to work what? Even if I was getting 25 bucks an hour, half of that is gone. So now that drops down to 12.50, and then you got taxes, and taxes wipe out out of that it would be like maybe $4. So now I'm making $8 an hour when I'm working private and not somebody turning around and getting uh, turn around garnishing my checks or anything like that. And there's ways to do it. You, you, you in essence operate your entire life as a business. That's what I've done. I've stopped using that thing. Um, Ultimately, I'm going to rescind that thing. Actually, you can't really rescind your social security number. You can rescind the contract that created it by showing that the executor, or technically at the time, my mom, signed. Yeah, there we go. When everybody starts getting on the Wi-Fi system, it slows. Yeah, video froze. It will. Oh, shoot. There you go. Yeah, but when the Wi-Fi, we have probably about, well, we have over 100 and, we've got over about 100 people in here now, so the Wi-Fi system gets really laggy and slow. So yeah. If you have no money, okay. So there's a why not work under the table and get an apartment? Well, because it's, like I said, it's, I don't. That's what I've been trying to do, but it's just, an apartment. Let's say if I were to find some place that paid $1,200 a month, now you have to have first month's, last month's, and deposit. So now you take $1,200, and you multiply that by 3. That's what I would need to have right walking in the door. Plus, I don't have the credit for it. So that's another problem. I got bad credit because of the child support. It's like financial disability. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to, is financial disability. Don't do taxes. I'm just, yeah, yeah. The system. Yeah, this Wi-Fi is getting all cattywampus. Um, well, yeah. So when I work under the table and get an apartment, that's what I've been trying to do. But when you work, the hours that I work, I might make maybe 40, maybe $50 a day, and then I'll go out and put gas in my car. I'll get cigarettes, my coffee, and I put a little bit of money aside to pay for stuff like the new car I got. I got to get licensing for that. I got to get insurance for that. So that stuff now becomes the priority over getting a place, because I have to pay for that stuff, because that is currently happening right now. You know, you don't see, you don't see, that's what everybody thinks you got to do. Everybody thinks that your first priority is to get yourself a place, but it's not. It really isn't. Get yourself a place, okay. Doing the math, if I worked every single day, 5 days a week, I don't think it is its first priority. Yeah, gotta find a new life in a new town or city. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'd be interesting. But before I leave here, I'd have to get all my stuff out from the house, and I've got so much stuff there, because all the stuff that I have there at the house, back at the house, that's all my past life, and I can't leave that stuff behind. And Crystal can't, she can't be throwing that stuff away, because if she does, that's just going to create a massive negative karmatic debt on her. Karma comes around, and if you use the system where you destroy somebody else's life or their belongings, then eventually somebody somewhere else is going to do it to you, or do it to your children. You do not create that kind of karma in your life, and it's not okay if you do, regardless of what fucking anybody says. I don't think it's first priority, but I think that after 3 years in a shelter, there must be a priority somewhere. And you're smoking. You're looking too forward to the future for problems. Life is hard, but we can manifest destiny. MH. I was homeless a few times. It's harder to get out of it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is hard to get out of this, especially when you're by yourself and alone. If you don't have any family to fall back on, if you don't have any friends that you can stop in and sack out on their couch, do it alone and see how far you get. You'll be doing the same thing I'm doing. When you're completely alone, you get what? Who's in Beasley? I'm not too sure. Want to get on live stream? introduce you guys to Sarah. Sarah's probably one of the coolest girls here. She's pretty neat. All these other girls around here, they're like prudes. They're just prudes. Oh yeah. And there's smoking, like, MWH. I was homeless too. Not homeless as an older person. I know there's satisfactory remedy for you. Oh yeah, I'm sure there is. It's just, I'm kind of, I just need help, and not public help. I can't turn to any of these organizations or anything like that. I might be able to turn to a church, but if you turn to a church, they turn around and they want you to do something for them. And most of the time, it's like getting up and talking to the congregation. It's not like I can do public speaking, with no problem. But it's just, I'm getting kind of opened up to a lot of different things, and it's yeah. So you found yourself a spot. Yeah. Okay, one more thing. You want to get on live stream and say hi to everybody? No. She doesn't want to get on camera. What is with women and cameras? What's with these? What's with these girls? No, I don't have my makeup on. I don't have my face on. That's right. Yeah, we all do. We all do need help. See, that's what I was trying to do when I was back at home. Trying to get the family on board with me. Wanted to get them to be strong and powerful, because the most powerful families in the world are just that, families. Everybody partakes in the family activity. I wanted to set things up in a fashion where Allie and Cody wouldn't have to go out and get a job at the end when they turn 18. They could stay at home and ride my coattails, get involved in YouTube, do monetization, do all that kind of stuff. Technically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to get into doing an Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, because I've already got the networking, I've already got all the advertising. I've got the clientele base. I've got that clientele base. I could start an Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. I could start an Amazon business. Had all that could easily start all that kind of stuff. But nobody wanted to be doing it. They just want to sit on their asses in front of their computers all day. Poor kids. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for them, but yet at the same time, it's like, they're, it's just horrible. It's horrible to see what's going on here. Adsar, what's going on? What's going on, guys? I know there is a Saturday, but you have to make it happen. Oh yeah. Can you look for a job and a custodian for exchange for a room? I don't know. Maybe. Might be able to. I don't know. We all need help. Hey, friend. Cam Bendez. Hey, friend, what about the off-road trail bike? Where is it now? Okay, the off-road trail bike is actually, I wiped out on it last summer, and I broke a bunch of welds on it. So, but it's sitting over at my camp right now, and it needs to be fixed. I need to take it off to this guy's place I know and take the engine out of it and just re-weld the shit out of that thing. I mean, yeah. I got pretty beat up. That thing beat the hell out of me. It ripped the shit out of my leg and slashed across my chest and everything. And it was pretty cool, but it hurt. And yes, the car, the Batmobile and the full screen machine are destroyed. They're gone. Had to get rid of them. No, I didn't. I didn't get any money for them. I just went in there and dropped them off and left. Some people think that I got money for them, but I didn't. It's all right there on live stream. It's all right there. Yeah. That's another bullshit thing that happened to me too. Had to get rid of the biggest things I'd ever done in my life. Yeah. And that's another massive karmatic debt that has been imposed on the city, the state, Crystal, the kids, everybody. You make people destroy their creations, and it's just that's horrible. Yeah. It is not the strongest of the species, but survivors is the one most adaptable to change. Huh? But you don't need uh, find a team, yeah, that wants to build with you, even if it's not your kids, right? Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be really nice. Yeah, I mean we've got zombie weapons here in town. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those guys, but they've got a shop probably about 3 miles away from here where they build all these specialized weapons and stuff for zombie apocalypse. You know, because some of that stuff's pretty cool. And uh, yeah, they've got that here, but I don't know if if I approach them and talk to them, I don't know if they'd want to do some type of collaboration with me or not. I really don't know. But then yet, at the same time, then I would have to go out and buy steel. I'd go out to work, make money, make what little money I can make. Oops. And then, turn around and use that money for building a product. Building up a go-kart or something like that. Keep it going. Yeah, that sucks. You have to make it happen. Oh yeah, I do make things happen. Everybody around here knows that I'm one of the very few people that make shit happen. Isn't that right, Sarah? Sarah. Oh, she's running away. She actually said to me the other day, she goes, something totally. You can always tell when somebody is an alpha male when they can get shit done. And you're somebody who can get shit done. Everybody saw the building that I put up in the shelter or out in the ACS camp. Everybody knows I can build the shit out of stuff. Everybody knows that I'm the guy that's got the tools. Everybody knows I can build the hell out of crap. They know about my YouTube stuff. They know, yeah, I can perform. I can perform. I've got years of experience in performance. Yeah. Just people need to, just things need to stay out of my way so I can get somewhere. Or I need to make more money. Yeah. Uh, you have to make it happen. You must manifest destiny. What's your variant plan of action? What is your prime directive? What is the prime directive? Not to interfere. Not to interfere with planetary life forms. That is the prime directive. Not to alter the course of history. Right? Huh? Huh? You're tricky, aren't you? The prime directive. Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months or a year? Probably the same thing. Probably doing the same thing. I'd like to be able to maybe start a business, but I'd like to have an incentive. I'd like to have a girlfriend. I'd like to have somebody out there that can actually make me feel good. Somebody who's going to make me happy. Not be some trashy ass chick that I take out of the fucking trash and then give her a good life and then she turns around and backstabs me and kicks me out of her life when she achieves the shit that she wanted to. Not like what happened there. Fucking I wasted life with somebody like that. It's totally fucked up everything. if I hook up with somebody, I'm gonna be an asshole, and I'm gonna have to be an asshole. And look, I want somebody with dignity. I can bring dignity to your life. I can help you, help add some kick-ass quality to your life, either through YouTube or do whatever. I can figure it out, just like what I did with Crystal. You know, I can do the exact same thing with somebody else, but I'm not gonna do that with somebody who isn't gonna appreciate it. Somebody who sees a man as being second rate, as being secondary. Somebody who's gonna, yeah. I'm not gonna do it. Somebody who's low class. I want somebody with some class. Yeah, that is right. But you know, if I don't have standards, I'm not. If I don't have standards, then shit, I'm gonna end up with the same shit again. I don't want that same crap. I want somebody who's got class, somebody who's going to understand, see my efforts. See, for a while we did. We were great. You know, me and Crystal, we were great. But then things just started falling downhill, and she just started, you know, not respecting me. I don't want a woman like that. We were doing great all the way up until she realized she's got herself a house, she's got herself a job, she's got a good car, she's got the kids. You know, once she's gotten to that level, there's no reason to have a man in the house. There's no reason to have him. Because I can just turn to the state. The state's going to pay my bills. I'm going to get on housing. I'm going to get a food stamp card. I'm going to get food, free food. I'm going to get free food. I'll have the kids. I'll have this house. I'll have all this. Not realizing that the person who helped them achieve that is the one that you're now gonna boot out. You know? So the next girl or the next relationship I get involved with, the next serious one, is going to be somebody who's going to have some goddamn, who's going to have some quality. I'm not going for anything lesser. Adsar knows what I'm talking about. Adsar's been in so many of my live streams, and he's heard me bitching about the things that were going on at home, taking the kids out of school, homeschooling them, never doing, hardly ever. I mean, Allie and Cody have probably not been out in society for any more than probably 3 hours every other week, every other maybe month for like the past 4 or 5 years. They sit on their butts. I mean, Allie had to get a lock and put a lock on her door because she was afraid of Heath, her brother, Crystal's brother, the meth head that was staying with her. I mean, I tried telling Crystal to come down here, meet some of these people. There's so much crap that's happened that I've heard about what he's done just out here and up in a Hollywood trailer court, and just, oh man. That's just, man, around it's called fentanyl, and they're like these little blue pills, and it's killing people. It's literally killing people. It's like heroin. You know, we've lost some pretty substantial people in the past like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's horrible. That's our nose. He knows all. He knows the whole, all the crap that I was mad about at the house. You know, kids sit on the computers all the damn time. They don't even come out and help me mow the lawn. Nothing. Then when I get mad and I ban them off the computer and take their computer away for like 3 days, then Crystal, within 24 hours, Crystal come and start bitching at me, give them back their fucking computers. They don't want to. I mean, so, you know, turns around, you know, we get into a fight and she calls the cops and kids be booted out of the house. And now the kids have no social skills whatsoever. They're not gonna be motivated to go out and get a job. They won't be able to deal with people, and it's all because the blame is going to be because they had an abusive father. That's the game they're going to play. They have an abusive father. he harmed him. He whatever, you know. Cause believe me, I know. I'm around people like that all the damn time. They. It's just mommy trying to find the big bad wolf or the abusive father to justify her poor parenting. The reason my kids are the way they are is because their father was just so abusive. You guys see what I'm saying? And the state partakes in it. The state allows it to happen. Yeah, it's just so dumb. And that's exactly what's going to happen to them, regardless of what anybody says. Because when you don't have the male figure in the household, the cop in the household, then they walk all over her, bitch, and complain when their computers fall apart, whatever. You know, that's the karma effect. That's how that works. You shouldn't be. Nobody is. It, it would be like me turning around. I deserve $50,000 a year from the state. It's bullshit. I've done nothing in my life. I've got a little box of food sitting off to the side of me here. I'm gonna eat this yummy. Be yummy. People who ultimately are gonna turn around and just use the idea these people isn't gonna respect me. Is going to intentionally negate every contract or every agreement that we ever did, because that's what ultimately it boiled down to. We got into a fight. We got into a fight because she kept backing out on our agreements. Yeah, people make mistakes. Wish the family could. That'd be great. Man, I might have to switch over to my data because right now I'm just using the Wi-Fi. I might have to switch over to that and get rid of this because this Wi-Fi has really proven itself to be pretty useless. But yeah, you know, the kids don't want me coming back home because they know that I'm gonna, start swinging the band hammer and that kind of crap. They don't want me to coming back home. So Crystal's gonna back them up, and then the state comes in and backs her up. So I'm just gonna, they invoke the state. I'm out of the house. They want the state that through their conduct, they have chosen the state to be daddy. So the state is now daddy. The state of Montana is now their daddy. And through their voluntary participation in the case, they are now responsible for the outcome of these children, not me. That's how it works. And invoke state, and then the state voluntarily comes in and says, "Okay, yeah, we'll do it. We'll save the day." Oh wait. Now we're going to make you homeless. We're going to destroy your home, and then we're going to, and then we're going to garnish your wages. Then we're going to take your taxes. We're going to take this. We're going to take that. Because it just shows. I mean, no governments were instituted to be a benefit security for the people, right? But all this shit is doing nothing but steering into destruction. And I'm eating no, I can't even think of what these things are called right now. My brain's not working. I'm tired. Yeah, the Wi-Fi sucks. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for a while there, I did want to go back. For a while there, I did, but Now it's just, I don't want to because there is so much shit I have to fix. 'Cause that's what I do. I fix stuff. Make life better. Make things better for people. But now they're left to their own demise. I'm just gonna leave them to their own demise and let them fucking grovel in their own self-pity. 'Cause I'm done with it. I'm not gonna try anymore. I'm not gonna pursue them. You know, plus on top of that, they know how to contact me. The kids know how to contact me. They all know how to. Just they haven't contacted. Dad, how you doing? They just want to, see how you're doing and stuff like that. That's bullshit. That's all right, because karma's a bitch, and it's coming back to them too. Chris is going to end up dying, and these kids ain't going to know how to fucking live. Because mom decided to be a provider instead of being a teacher, like I was. I've always thought being a teacher is more important than being a provider. You teach somebody how to live. You teach somebody how to fish. You don't just keep giving them shit, giving them a house, giving them computers, giving them everything. Oh, looks like my phone is dying. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Now we have power. Where you going, Don? Where you going? Good job. You want to get me a pop, Don? Can you get me a pop? Oh, you can do it. Sure you can. Just believe in yourself. That's what I'm always told.
Why did you eat my avocado?
Your avocado? What? There was an avocado and 2 oranges left on my bed the other day.
Oh my god, you're such a bitch.
What? Why? This is. Oh, that was yours? I'm sorry. Do you want an orange? Do you want an orange?
My oranges? Kind of
An orange? Oh, I see. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
No, I think it is. I think
Nope.
I already got some earlier for somebody.
Is it? Oh, yeah? No. Oh, okay. I'm doing a live stream. We are broadcasting live right now on YouTube. See? There you are.
Great.
Here you go. I'm going to want a back rub later. Yeah, whatever. You rub my back.
You ate my avocado.
Rub my shoulders. Oh, that's right. Okay. So you're going to give me your...
Back up later.
No, oh, you want one. Oh, okay, I see. I don't know what that is. Somebody put that on there. I don't know. Is that a bike you did? It's not mine. I found it on the floor. People make mistakes. I'm doing a live stream right now. What you need? Where'd you get those at? Are those in the lunches? Oh,
Wait, where's mine? You know, I met Chad. Super cool. I was asking him about the car. I asked him about the car.
Chad died?
Yeah.
He's dead?
He's one of my best. He's one of my closest. Any friends.
Was it a blue?
I don't know. I don't say he's an American. So I met him asking me the car. He's the Jeep, you know. And one place, I was like, oh, fuck. And I was telling him, I was really nervous to be around him at first. He sure helped me get it over there. Tell him what I was saying.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm so glad I'm not into that stuff, man. End up dead.
I'm glad you're not doing it.
Better things to do in my life.
I worry about other addicts. You know what I'm saying? Who are on blues, because
That's right.
I'm losing all of them. Okay, I just finished that first video.
Test. There you go.
You know what I mean?
I like you.
Oh.
You can want to see good. You can do anything you don't need more help. You're just viewing life through the wrong lens. Refocus mentally. Okay, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna check some out here and see if we have. What?
What's your link?
What?
What's your link?
T-Man's go-karts.
Oh.
See if that PayPal link in the description still works.
Hey, too loud.
Oh yeah, okay.
My game was only ran up, so I was going to talk about bird parties today.
That's it.
Hey, did I eat a burger last night?
I don't know. Ooh, those Cheetos look good. Can I have those?
Hey, look.
Or the other thing?
What?
Oh, Lay's.
Let me see here.
Okay. Oh, because I am hungry. And this stuff that I got here just is not. Here you go.
Alright, so I'm going to share your
What's that?
your
T-Man's go-karts. Yeah.
No, I'm sharing the link.
Oh.
I'm putting my family in it. Everybody in my family, bro.
I'm waiting for people to ask questions. Let's sit there and watch it.
Hey, look, this is for my people back in Lakeland, okay? Straight up. Y'all need to watch this feed. You know this shit. My boy Tony right here. Smart man. Tell you, smart man. Alright.
Raven. Oh, Raven's on here.
I just told you, Ron.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I mean, let me use this one.
Get to watch it eat. Raven, for those of you guys out there, Raven Black right here. She had her birthday yesterday, and
Which was a blast.
Yeah, which was pretty fun. But I had a little bit too much to drink. Okay, even though it was like 3 drinks, I think. What was it? Is that what it was?
You are fucking a pansy.
Yeah, I know. I'm a lightweight, you know.
Yes, I would know about being
I can just smell alcohol. I'm like, I know, I'm a pansy.
No comment. No comment.
Do you still get donations through PayPal? Yes, I do. Yep, MWH, I still do. The,
And
the
I
PayPal link is in
hey,
the description.
hey. And if you live in like a real charity, Howard T. Duck 78, it was cash tag. I'm like, Cash App. You feel me? Lost that first. I could use $1 or two.
I'm glad you're happy there, Raven. Now, if I would have known the song "Friends in Low Places" by Garth Brooks, I would have gotten up and karaoke'd that for you. Okay, and that's one of those songs that I really wouldn't have to sing that much because everybody else in the room would have been. And
Hey, telling you, nose blind.
I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you had fun.
It was good to see you.
But yeah, it was kind of weird. Like I texted you earlier, it was kind of weird that when we were sitting there at our table, I noticed when I'd look up, I'd see these girls like staring at me, and I'm like, I mean, shit, I was getting like a complex. I'm like, shit, do I got like something on me or something or what?
Huh?
It was weird.
Oh. No, I was going to see it. See someone else by phone.
I don't know. Maybe my hair's cut. Maybe I need to get a haircut or something. And they thought I was a girl.
Yeah, you do.
It might be a thing, you know.
I can walk. It's not that cold.
You are a sexy beast.
That's what I'm trying to avoid this.
Thank you, Raven. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Because I've had nothing but bad stuff lately.
I don't want to do this again. We're not ready to go yet.
Oh yeah, well, Atsar, the side jobs, that stuff, I work for one guy. I've been working for the same guy for like 3 years. I still do that stuff. We do like maintenance stuff, you know, in the winter time, sometimes. But during the summertime, we really kind of rock and roll. I mean, I'm waiting for it to start getting a little warmer out, and man, I'm going at it.
Bye. I've been,
Yeah.
I've been honest about it, dude. Behind it.
They didn't
It
want
wasn't
to
behind it,
poach
it was in front of it, you dummy.
on the birthday girl's territory. Oh, I see.
Bye.
Yeah, out making it look like him. I'm a homeless guy in a shelter. What could I probably offer?
Dude, I'm not doing it all anyways.
Have to refresh the page. See if it reconnects the connection. Yeah?
Sorry about that.
No, I don't. I used to, but it got stolen. Yeah. Got this fancy scarf. Kind of like this one here. I wear this one all the time just because it's nice and thick. This is a Ralph Lauren scarf from Ralph Lauren.
That's a lot.
You blocked her already? So
Yeah.
soon?
I know, I didn't like it. I am now.
Yeah, MWH. You were asking if I still get donations through the PayPal. Yeah, that link still does work. And I do really appreciate everybody. I mean, you know, I'm not panhandling here or nothing like that. But if you guys want to help out, that's awesome. One of the things I really like doing is when I've got the money for it, I like to go down to China Buffet and eat. Get away from this shelter food because this shelter food just makes me sick. That's why I've got, I'll show you here. This is kind of what I try to eat for myself. Okay, I've got rice, instant rice that I make. I've got oatmeal. I've got noodles here. You know, I try to eat as healthy as I possibly can. Um, I've got my own cutlery and all that kind of stuff. So I've got my own knives and stuff like that. I just make myself a little meal. I try to use as little of their services as I possibly can. Even though but I use most of this shelter services. But they do shut down in April though. They shut this place down in April, which means that I got to go back to my camp, which is okay because my camp is comfortable. I mean, if you ain't got comfort when you're living like this, you'll freak out, start hurting people and stuff. I mean, you see it all around here. But yeah. So I mean, I'll be able to have that, and hopefully, I hope. But just saw a sexy Ken doll. I know what you want to eat, Teehee. China Buffet. China Buffet, Raven. Tell you what, we'll go out to China Buffet one of these days. Sound like a plan? It's kind of weird because as I'm looking, because I'm actually watching this on my computer too, and the computer screen is all pixely, but on here on my phone it's nice. You know, it's the way.
Do you by chance have an extra 3 AAA batteries that really straight out for something?
No, I don't have any AAAs. I don't even have any double A's. The only double A's I had, I put into a flashlight, and the flashlight got stolen. I know.
Yeah, that kind of.
I know.
I had a headlamp, and
Yeah.
I let somebody borrow it, and he gave it to me. I let him.
Right on.
Probably find it way across town somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's
The batteries will
yeah.
be dead.
And there's I don't know. There's a few staff around here that I'm kind of attracted to, but they're staff, and we're not supposed to date staff. They can get fired.
But you know what?
What?
You can have fun with that.
Well, of course you can have fun with staff. Heck, last night, yeah, Raven. I bet you didn't know this, but the maintenance guys from the shelter, from the POV, had bowling league night last night. That's why some of those guys I was talking to, remember where I was sitting, were right in front of me. They were setting up their lane. So all those people that were sitting right in front of me, setting up their lane, getting ready to bowl, those were the maintenance guys for our shelter, for the POV and for the Johnson Street shelter, this place. You didn't know? Yeah, I know. I was talking to one of the hot team today when they went around and woke everybody up. She came up and she goes, "So Tully, I heard you were down there at Westside Lanes last night." And I was like, "Yeah, I was down there for a birthday party." And she says, "Yeah, the maintenance guys were bowling for bowling league last night." I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You ever be part of a bowling league?" I was like, "Well, I was actually thinking about it. That'd be kind of neat if we started up a Poverello resident bowling league. If we got like 6 of us together and we went and bowled homeless people bowling." That'd be cool. You'd have the staff against the clients. Oh, that'd be funny. What would the league name be? Oh, I don't know. Residentially challenged participants. I don't know. It's not that we're homeless, we're just residentially challenged. Probably could later. I don't know about.
I'd love you to come over.
All right. What do you have? Like an apartment number or something?
I told you, it ain't
204.
changed. 139.
And the address was 2418. 2418 South Russell.
39th.
Oh,
Fuck yeah. Tell me we got
South Russell. Like where the hell? On the other side of town.
Aren't you blocked on Facebook for a reason?
Yes. What would be the league name on a four-wall challenge? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. The four-wall challenge. Yeah.
Just let me know, Howard. I'm ready when you are. Bye, sweetie.
Hi,
You'll be
Buttercup.
back though, right? We're gonna go soon, huh? Okay.
Buttercup. Buttercup. Blah. Coffee. Yummy. My addiction right here. Coffee. And cigarettes. Cigarettes and coffee. Luckily, I don't have an 80 bag habit like some of these people in here do. $80 a day. Rollers. Ooh. Streeters. Streeters. We live on the street. Huh. The streeters. No, because then, somebody would mess it up and say we're streakers. Yeah, see, we like to take our clothes off, run down the street. Yeah, it's a fun time. I like mine better. Where'd you get those fancies at? Ah. Well, hey guys, I think I might jump on out of here. It's already been 2 hours, a little over 2 hours that I've done this. So, I'm going to jump on out of here. I'm going to take a break for about a half an hour and then probably fire up a live stream on Facebook. So, yeah. So I'm going to be getting on Facebook probably here in about a half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. I really don't want to go anywhere tonight. Just, you know, people want me to go over to their houses and party there and all that crap. And, you know, I'm not much of a partier anyway, so, you know, it'd probably be pretty boring for me. I'll do like weird. But yeah, you guys, thanks everybody for stopping in. If you can help out, make a donation through the PayPal donation down there in the bottom. That helps out. And if you have any questions or anything like that, leave them underneath the video. Thank you everybody for showing up. Thanks for showing up, Atsar. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys. Well, if you're over there on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Key Man's Carts. not the T-Man's Go-Karts videos page, not that one, but the T-Man's Karts page. So, yeah. Take care. Yep, SR. Yep. Yeah, and that's another thing. I haven't been very active on YouTube here. Going and checking out a lot of people been around, subscribers and stuff. Just had a lot of, it's hard to